Just swapping it all over. That's the wrong screen. There we go. That's the right screen. So, we're now in episode 5. To summarise what happened last session, you finally got into the town of Selyinka. You rested at the Lord's Manor, gained a few magical items as a thanks for bringing back the message of the passing of the noble's daughter. You then went to go look at the carpenters and see if you could procure means to travel further afield. You're looking at going to the capital of Yorulvan, which what I will quickly do as well while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to put you all on the map so you can see what I'm talking about. But, however, on the way towards the carpenters, multiple group members started noticing something had started to change. Some of you were turning into pigs, or at least you assumed, and sought it to be the curse of the hag that was rumoured from the peasant folk tales to the east in the forests. And in a blind panic, you sought to cure this curse, going into the forest, taking a bunch of time, some effort, and while not the smoothest route, was definitely one of the smoother rides you've had so far this campaign. You came across a hag's hut. A small, run-down, rotten wooden structure deep in the forests. It was empty when you arrived. You started to poke around and have a look inside when a elven female came back. Was concerned and scared. You confronted her, but not everything was as it saw. You saw this elven woman malform into a hag. You attacked her and she attacked back, not before getting a few licks in on Monsec. Blake has lost connection. Brilliant! But I've lost my train of thought now. Monsec went down, injured, in the fight, and was successfully saved. The hag had sustained much damage and decided it was best to flee, leaving you all in the hut, alone, not knowing what to do, knowing that 2 of your party members are soon to be not what they are now. And if I've got everything correct, I will move you back to the map, and we shall make a start. So, all of this is as left from last session. What is it you guys would like to try and do? I'm being asked to tell you, you all died, by the way. Horrible.
Okay, I'm back.
Bright flash of light, emulsion, waves crossed the earth, killed everyone. But that's not what happened.
No. Because I just run up to the notes,
yeah.
And I want to do an Arcana check with the notes, see if how to remove this.
Okay. Do an investigation check, and please let me know what languages you know as well. As you quickly start rifling through the samples and the paperwork that's on the desk, trying to find something.
I'm going to say I know Elven and Dwarvish.
Okay, the language is not something you understand. You don't speak what is written, and it's frustrating. As you're looking through, you seem to have all the components and the pieces of the puzzle, but for the simple fact you can't read any of it, it's frustrating.
Does anybody else want to have a look?
Yeah, can anybody read this?
So you grab like the papers and start like showing it people like, who can read this? What languages does everyone speak really quick? Just so we can get this out in the open.
You told me last week I couldn't, so
Okay.
I can't remember what it is.
Common, Elvish, Giant.
Common, Elvish and Giant. Unfortunately, none of you speak it. Whatever it's written, it's hard to put together. Make a intelligence check, bargained. Really quick.
Just a standard intelligence.
Yeah. Okay.
Did that roll it?
Yeah, I've got it. 15. While you don't speak it, you at least recognise the language because it's partially resembles Elvish, which is one language you do speak. And it seems like, it's, you know, when you look at a language and you don't know what it's saying, but at least you recognise the language. You're recognising this as Sylvan.
Okay, I look at the rest of the party and just go, and then scratching the ground with my claw.
Yeah.
Sylvan.
Okay, so you just furiously bark at them in direwolf form, and then just
So
go,
can you
and then
unform
you
and
just
read it?
stump immediately and just write in the floor, Sylvan.
Would Sylvan and Elvish have like any kind of like crossover word? You
Well,
know,
this
like
is-
kind of like it.
This is why I got him to make an intelligence check, because Sylvan, it borrows parts, like Latin to English, how the English language borrows parts from Latin. It's the same thing. Elvish borrows parts from Sylvan, which is why it's recognisable, but he can't speak it or understand it. He just goes, I know that language. That's Sylvan. Don't know what he says, but I know it.
Can I do like an arcana in my head of seeing if there's anything I know about curses or how to remove them or even just how to slow them down?
Go for it. I'll allow it. I was going to say, since you guys have started noticing the transformation, it has been about 4 hours.
Oh god, I know nothing.
It's not that you know nothing, you're just you're the one that's panicking the most about this, and given what you are, you're a changeling. The party has since found this out. Your natural comfort in being able to change your form to fit the occasion and blend in and just be part, you've lost that ability. You're slowly losing the one thing you were good at, and it's terrifying you. The fact as well that not only are you losing that power, but you're slowly transforming into a literal animal. Not even another person. You probably could, if you were calmer and not turning into a pig, get a better grasp of the situation. But as it stands, you are completely stumped. You've looked at these paperwork and it's frustrating because you can't speak it. You're trying to think of curses you've heard of in tales and ways they've been dealt with and the way the bad guy loses, as many bardic stories say. But you don't know. You just don't know. Is there anything else, Kilnar? Is there anything you wish to be doing at this time? Tom, hello. I believe...
I don't want to do anything.
Oh, you don't want to do anything? You're just kind of observing the situation. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Stupid as that, just speak now.
Do you know Sylvan? By a chance?
Say that again, Sam. Sam?
Hello?
It's right, you've gone super quiet.
Oh god, I don't know why.
I can barely hear you.
Yeah, bro.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Have you tried unplugging and tried it without it?
You're mega quiet, mate. Yeah. It sounds like you're about 20 foot from the mic.
Check your output volume on your settings.
Yeah, you know, we run a tight ship here, so don't worry about it. I mean, we've got some options in the chat, so, you know, you have the option to run away or walk away. No, look, hang on, let me just quick...
No, drop it. Just jump out the server and back in again. See if
Yeah,
that solves
just
it.
disconnect and reconnect. But while he's doing that a sec, Bargand, Terry, is there anything you guys want to do while we just quickly fix Monster?
You know what? Just because I can,
Yeah.
I want to go into here and see see if there's anything under this bed.
Under the bed, okay. Roll a investigation check.
Investigation.
Hello?
Hello, that's back. Really?
Better?
Oh, that's massively better.
Yeah, fixed it.
Baskets on pizza line, they've suddenly disappeared. So they're obviously really busy or they're not working. So,
Okay.
trust me and I'll find something. You can't have what you thought.
So,
Oh, we found the secret thing.
yes. Terry, as you went into the bedroom, you kind of have a look around and see if there's anything. And you notice, just on the edge of the bed, you see like a small off-center crease. And as you shift the bed to the side, you notice a small hatch with a ladder attached that seems to go down into a small crawl space.
Yeah, it does.
As you think about what you wish to do, Sam, do you want to quickly re-say what you were saying? So you've had an Arcana check. You're trying to think about curses and ways to deal with them. Nothing's coming to mind.
Yeah, I've got to say, he's just standing there heavily breathing into these papers trying to figure them out.
Yeah. So he's
Hearing the scraping of the legs, I'm gonna come and see what the hell's going on in here.
okay. So as you all hear that, as the bed gets pushed and it just squeaks on the wooden floor, a couple of the planks you see chips just break off as this old wood's it's not the best quality. And as I said, you see a small like trellis trapdoor with what you can see through it is a small ladder going down into a very small crawl space. The flap's down at the minute, but it's not a solid plank of wood. It's the crisscross wood that you can see through. Everyone,
I'm gonna try it open.
I was going to say, you're being told not to do it. Just say it in the chat. But you want to do it. You want to open it.
Oh, I want
This
to.
is us. Do we not do what?
Okay. So, as you open it, it opens. The wood folds right over and just hits the deck behind as it does a 180. And it's just a small 3 foot by 3 foot square. Oh no, I can't change the size on there. I know it's 5 foot on there. It goes down and it's not into a full room, but it's like a very small crawl space and it's dark in there at the minute. You can't, and there's no windows in this back room, so you're unable to see. Actually, do changelings have dark vision?
I don't think they do.
I don't think they do, but I want to double
No,
check.
we don't.
You don't. Okay. So yeah, at the minute
don't.
it's pitch black in there, and you can't see down in there and what's going on or anything like that.
Do pigs have dark vision? As I'm half pig.
No, I'm pretty sure pigs don't have dark vision, and I'm not going to Google it.
Hey, crabs have like echolocation, so don't be keep shading the pigs.
So,
Can I give it a listen and a sniff down the hole?
Okay, roll a perception check and a sniff for the listens.
It will be with advantage as I have The
Keen sense.
keen
is it?
hearing and smell.
Okay. So you just get low and you listen and you wait. It's quiet. You smell some different vegetation and chemicals and things like that are coming up from there from small vapors. But you don't hear anything. You don't see anything.
The cauldron thing's still got a fire underneath it, hasn't it?
Say that again.
The cauldron with the potion, that's still got like the fire underneath it, didn't you say? Like
Yes,
flames?
and it's bubbling away as it has been since you arrived.
I think there's also a torch here.
Yes, that's a
Oh.
a stand with a small torch in.
May I go and retrieve the torch?
You can. It's not fixed down. It's just there to grab.
I will pull it off the wall.
Well, it's like I said. It's in the floor. It's like a tiki torch stand type thing with a torch in the top of like a brazier. So you can just grab the torch out of that.
I will do that,
Okie doke.
and I'll carry it back, and I will shine a light down the hole.
Okay. You just holding it down or you dropping it down?
So you didn't say it was only 3 foot?
That's how wide it is. It goes down a little bit, but not a lot.
You know what? You gotta do it one day. I'm just gonna climb down with the torch and see what's happening.
Okay. So you climb down with the torch.
I'm just going,
It's
going for it.
cramped. There's not a lot of space, and I would arguably say that there's only one medium creature could fit down here at a time. And what you see is boxes, small wooden boxes, different jars with different vegetation and plant life inside them, and bottles of liquids, different colours, different viscosities, some with bits in, some without, some are clear, some are not.
Oh, this is her like magic cellar. Prime. Okay. Do I recognise any of the thingamajiggawogs?
Roll a nature check, I want to say. You have no clue. There is lots of plants, there is lots of liquids, there is lots of things.
And I've had hypertension and high blood pressure for 20 years, so I do now. Since I gave up smoking and drinking and been on blood thinners and a healthy diet, I suffered in my
Stop
blood
giving away the plans. Shh. They can all see.
Really?
Don't look in the chat, they're giving away everything. And Blake's gone again. Great. Technology.
Blake gone. Or Sam gone.
No, Blake.
I'm gonna say, has he yelled up what this place is?
He hasn't said yet, but looking down the hole, you can see the shelves on the walls as he's climbed down. You can see, as he's brought the torch right down, all the stuff on the walls, and as he's looking them over and trying to make heads and tails of them.
Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
What was you saying to me? Sorry.
You have no clue what you're looking at with that natural one. There is a lot
What
of
are plans?
things. Yeah,
What are plans?
Yeah,
What is liquid?
What is a water? I mean, it looks safe. Drink it. Why not? I would.
What colours are the potions? I need to pick like a
Yeah,
different.
but you're a god. We're mortals.
Yeah, it's true. But
Is there anything?
there are a multitude of different colours. There are some red. There are some like a brackish brown. There are some that are black. Some that are like a pukish yellow.
Anything in like a bright colour?
As you're looking, you can see there's one that's like this opaque blue. It's like a cyan, more of a rather than a navy blue. So more like a sky light blue.
I was having something like toxic sludge coloured because I know that was going to be like healthy for me.
No, most of them are fairly cloudy and mucky. Is a good way to explain a mucky.
Ugh. I'll crawl back out.
So what did you find, Tickle?
Potions and stuff. Wanna go have a look?
His potion.
And I like hold out the torch towards him.
So you hold the torch towards it. And like I said, the people that are stood at the top looking in can kind of see all the stuff. And it's small boxes and crates, many jars and files.
Oh wait,
I
there's
kind
great.
of let out a low growl to get everyone's attention, look at the floor and just scratch. Steal? Question mark?
You know what?
Not stealing when she wrongs you.
I think we should do this as a test. Because we know what the potion does. I want to see if me taking all of this does anything. So, I'm gonna take the cover off the bed and make it into like, kind of like a baggie to like load things in.
Okay, so yeah, you'd like take the sheet and you kind of like use it to like fill stuff and then grab the corners and pinch it all together.
Yeah.
Okay. It's easy enough to do. It's not any hard. It's just going to take a few minutes as you start carefully putting everything in, not to clank everything together and carefully carry it all out. It's a fairly large amount in size, but it's not heavy because not all the jars are necessarily filled to the top or anything like that. But you essentially get this witch's stash of stuff.
And just to clarify, this is all mine. I'm keeping all of it for me.
Okay.
Okay, you
Low-
poison yourself.
low-
I could identify,
growl.
but hell to you.
Low
I'm trying to
growl
prove it
again,
here.
and kind of tug at the back of your shirt a little bit and look to the floor and just scratch. Greed? Question mark? Again, exclamation point.
That's the point.
Guys, this thing's slowly turning us into pigs. I'm going to plan B and I'm going to need your help in the other room.
Just no.
And then just go leave into the other room, expecting them to follow.
Oh. I was going to say I lost your character then, Sam. I was looking for it.
Was he under me?
No, what it was in the
No, I was
circular
just
rug
behind
thing,
you.
and I couldn't see it. I was blind. So, are you all following Monsek as he suggests this?
I shall with my
And are you
bag of
staying
swag.
as a wolf, Bargund, or are you turning back?
There's no point me kind of dropping my form unless I absolutely have to, so I'm
Okay.
quite happy as Wolf Boy at the minute.
Okay, I was just asking. So that's fine. So, Terry goes through into the room with the bag of goodies? Question mark?
My swag bag!
Yeah, your swag bag. Kilnar, are you coming in as well?
Kilnar, do you want to see if there's any secret trapdoors down there? Punch the wall. Make it bigger.
I think we've
Tom?
lost Tom. I think we've lost Tom.
Everything alright?
Yeah, he's gone. We'll give him a second to reconnect. The internet's been real fucky today, so...
Okay.
So what do you two wish to do? You've both gone into the room with the cauldron that's slowly bubbling away, and you can see the black...
Has
It's
Bargain
like got
come
a
with us, or
really
has he just
thick
gone in
consistency
back?
to it.
The smell in there is quite...
Fuck! You scared the shit out of me, Ben. That was loud. But yeah, for you specifically, it's not pleasant at all. It's a bit chemically for normal people, but given your enhanced and heightened smell, it's not pleasant.
Hey, Bargund, while we're in the potion room, do you want to see if there's any other trapdoory things under the rugs and stuff? Hello?
We've lost 2 people now.
No!
No. Oh,
Great.
At least one of them will. At least one roll.
Okay, we've lost 2 now. Can we not
No.
lose a third? That would be very good.
Didn't despair, my mother.
Tom's back!
Tom's back.
Yes!
Discord down. Okay, we figured out why Bargain's gone as
Oh no.
So, Tom, do
You
you
just
follow
losing
me
them
into
one
the
by
potion
one?
room?
Yeah, we're just losing you all one by one. It's just gonna be me in a minute. I might as well
My
start
mother
monologuing.
wanted me. There's a difference.
Yeah, that's fine. So, are you going and joining as the other 3 have gone towards the cauldron room to mess with the liquid that's bubbling away? Or are you staying away?
Hello.
I'm still here. I don't know. I need to know what you guys are doing. I can't do anything.
I know. I'm here. Okay. I'm gonna say my plan was attack the cauldron and destroy it like the voodoo dolls.
Okay. So you want to wail on the big metal hot cauldron
Oh yeah.
full
I'm
of
just gonna- yeah.
boiling hot liquid. Okay.
I will, at this point, I will leave the room because that seems like a terrible idea.
Roll
One
to
minute. Is
attack.
it metal?
Yeah,
Can I
it's,
tip it?
it's
I
a
was gonna say,
cast iron
I thought it
cauldron.
was wood.
No,
I thought
no,
it was
no,
like
no.
keg.
I didn't
No,
specify, and I probably should
try
have.
and tip the con. Yeah, I was gonna say try and tip the cauldron with like
That would
yeah.
be a
Try and not
strength
burn
check.
myself, cover my. Oh, I was hoping it was not going to be that.
It's a big ass cauldron that's full and metal. It's heavy. Like, god damn, boy, I ain't giving you nothing for free.
Hey, I'm not starting on you.
But that's good. With a natural 20.
The rage that she is imbued with me has made me strong.
Yeah, you go full Hulk mode on this cauldron. Like, you know, you couldn't have done it to the actual woman, but you can do it to the cauldron when she's gone. That's fine. So yeah, you grab one of the lips at the top because it kind of, the metal curls over itself into a lip. And you kind of jam someone under there because the metal itself's hot, so you don't burn your hands. And you just push. It's a goddamn effort, but you manage to slowly tip it. And then as some of the liquid starts to pour out, and like I said, it's like a slightly runny custard consistency. It's not fully liquid. It's quite chunky. It's a bit gross. You start pouring it out, and as you're doing more and more, it's getting easier as the cauldron's getting lighter. The fire underneath gets swept out and extinguished as you douse it with the liquid inside. And the smell is rotten. It is putrid. Can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Yeet, I'm going outside.
Oh,
Oh yeah, you thought it was bad. No, bargained. It's worse. Because you know like when there's a bad smell and then you disturb it and make it worse? He's just done that.
Yeah, I'm just going to go and find some
no.
bear poop to go and roll around in for a minute. Don't mind me.
You immediately, as the cauldron's about 3/4 tipped up, drop it because you have to cover your mouth and nose before you let go and vomit everywhere. It's unpleasant. It's horrible. It's got like that raw chemical smell that's just acidic to your nose, and it's not nice.
does it seem like the effects changed? Like the because you said we could fit like yeah. I know it was only Tickle who could feel what the horrible power was, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he was using detect magic,
I was.
which
I sort of come out in a like push through the door and shut it behind me.
did you
And
ever
ask
drop
Tickle
detect
going-
magic, Terry?
I don't think so, considering I didn't actually engage in the combat.
Yeah, because I just want to double check. 'Cause I think it's 10 minutes, which if that's the case, it's still active.
Yeah, I always struggle with
Well,
keeping track of time.
Yeah, no, it's
Detect
fine.
Magic is 10.
Is it 10 minutes? I thought it was. I was just
Yeah.
literally as I find the page.
Yeah, it is.
You notice that the magic, the black corrupted like fog that was seeping in and around this liquid, it hasn't changed. It's still the exact same. It's just now spread out and all over the floor. The fog cloud looks bigger, but that's just because it's all spread further. It's still got
So,
that...
has that solved the problem, Tickle?
It still is the problem. We haven't fixed the problem.
Is the problem better?
No, the problem is not better. It is now more spread out. For convenience.
I'll just walk over to that chair, sit in it, and just like go, I'm just going to wait until the end arrives.
You know, how tall was the cauldron?
About 4 foot, maybe.
So whatever. So because he's put it back up right, hasn't he? Or is it kind of
Oh
still
no,
half
it was
tipped over?
mostly tipped up, and about 3/4 of it had come out. And because of the smell hitting him, and it was bad, he let it go, and it kind of rocked back, and with like a thud, hit the floor again as it's just sat back in its little. Because it's got two large wood planks that have over time bend and bowed to fit this cauldron. It's kind of like a self-made stand it's on, and that's.
Can I?
Go on.
Who did I give my bag to? I think it was Bargain. Can I go up to Bargain and get some like spare fabric from one of the bags to kind of make a makeshift like face covering?
Yeah.
And then I want to
Easy
go
enough.
back
You just
in.
rip a bit of fabric, tie it round. Job's a good one.
I mean, I was just going to tie the entire garment round like layers, but yeah, sure, we'll rip bits off.
However you want to do it.
Okay. Anyway, I want to try and obscure the smell slightly.
Yeah. No. It's gonna help. It's still not nice at all, but you're hardly going to be vomiting your guts up. Because you're kind of breathing in the musty, dusty smell of the clothes, which isn't usually the nicest thing, but by God, it's a welcome refreshment to what's in there.
Can I go in
Mm-hmm.
and kind of look inside the cauldron and see if there's anything kind of like, if he's got rid of moisture, if there's anything like solid, kind of like...
That'll be a quick perception check for you.
like a form or anything in there. Is there a dead body in the potion? Sorry, perception.
I can't hear it, so it might be my fault. Sorry, someone can hear it. It might be that fan. Stu, do us a favour and knock that fan off, will you? It might be the fan. Might be blowing background noise. I'll turn it off and see if it makes a difference. But go on, carry on.
So, did you say perception?
Yeah, as you're looking in the cauldron and trying to just see what's there.
10.
You can see there are a few solid bits inside. The problem is because the liquid's so thick it doesn't run off as easy, and it's hard to make out what things are. There's a multitude of different shapes and sizes, but as for exactly what, you could probably make out there are some bulbous oval shapes, there are some longer rectangular shapes, and there are some matted clumps of like as if you screwed a bunch of twine up into like a ball, and you get like all that messy frayed ball type size shape.
When you say rectangular, do you mean like kind of like bones or like a box kind of shape?
Could be interpreted as bone.
You know what? Look at this. Can I go outside and find a big stick?
Yeah. I'm not going to make you roll to find a stick in a forest. There are plenty.
Okay. Can I take said big stick
Yeah.
and fish and try and fish out some of these things from the potion?
Yeah.
And just like flop them on the side.
Yeah, just give me a second. Okay. You kind of poke at them and like see what's physical and big, and you try and fish some of them out and pry it back, and you fish on the end of the stick a very small round-ish object, and you kind of like tap the stick on the side of the cauldron, and some of the slop as it falls back into the cauldron. It looks to be a bird skull.
I think, oh no.
And what you've kind of done, you've got the stick through it, the eye socket, and it's kind of like stuck on the end of it now.
If I get it out, and smashed the skull with my foot, does that impact my perception of the magic at all? Smash it with my foot.
Right, I'm going to turn my sensitivity down on the mic a touch. I have no idea if it's me or not, but I'll try and fix it.
What can people hear?
There's someone who's pointed out that there's like slight breathing in one of the mics. I don't know who it is, but because I can't hear it, I'm assuming it's me.
Is
So-
it
Oh, I
me?
can't-
Is there
I
heavy
can't really hear it
breathing
either.
coming from me?
Well, like I said, I can't hear it, so I'm assuming it's me. So I'm tatting with settings and trying to fix it. I don't know. We'll see if it makes a difference. I'll turn it down a little more, actually, just in case, because the bar's moving as if it's picking up my sound okay. I just might be a little quieter now. Ben's going full Karen on someone because Discord's not having it.
Can you hear me?
Ben, are you back?
Yeah.
Is that you with the music? in
Oh
the-
god!
No, that's Tom. Tom, music. What are you doing? Please, don't. So,
You're not a bard.
oh, he's a barbarian now. So yeah,
Bardberry.
have you missed everything entirely, Ben? Do you need me to catch you up?
Is everyone dead?
Nearly, not quite.
We wish.
Monsec tried pouring the concoction of whatever it was out onto the floor. The smell hit him, which is when you had your disconnect, and asked Terry if it had worked because he could still see the corrupted cloud from the detect magic emanating from it. It hadn't done anything, tipping it onto the floor, and he kind of slumped into the chair in a bit of a defeatist manner. Terry tried looking in to see if there was anything physical and solid in there, and he could see a few things, but couldn't make out what they were because of the thick liquid on them. Went and got a stick from outside and started poking and trying to lift something out, and he's currently holding up a bird skull on the end of a stick. And that's where you came in.
Still rolling in bear poop.
Can I smash
Is that
the
what
skull?
you're doing?
It's not really a factor that I can do. Like the magic people in there seem to have this question mark sorted.
Really? Undefeated in a chair.
We'll
I've
see.
just kind of like poked my head in, just kind of look at you slumped in this chair, and just shake my head very slowly.
Yeah.
It's like,
Promise me you'll kill me when I change.
I lick my lips.
I'm not unnerved by this. This is what I want to happen.
Oh, you may not kill me. I want my necklace and earrings on while I'm a pig. I want to be a fancy pig.
Actually, while
Yeah,
we're
he
doing
just
that,
wants
can
to
I
turn
start?
into a pig.
I was gonna say, while I'm doing that, I'm gonna pull out one of my magical items, probably the jug, and just start identifying it. They'd be useful in my last few minutes.
Okay.
Yes, please identify all the items before we kill you.
Oh, that's horrible. That's absolutely horrible.
Be useful.
It is true. So you pull the wonky table that's in front of you.
I'm gonna say it's a 10-minute cast.
Yeah,
I'm
you
doing
place
it in
the feather,
ritual.
you
I'm taking my
place the
time.
pearl, you place the jug in front of you and start the process of casting Identify. Terry, you said you want to smash the bird skull?
Yeah.
Okay. You take the stick and just like wham! And you just smash it onto the floor and the skull just shatters into numerous pieces.
Anyone else hearing that echo off, Dan?
Yeah. It's Ben.
Yeah.
Because every time I speak, I can hear myself and the light is lighting up around you. And it's gone.
Yay!
Yay! Technical difficulties. It's not great. We're not having it today, am we? So yeah,
It's just one of them days.
yeah. So
Good God,
Blake.
what else is going wrong?
don't start. So Blake, yeah, you take the stick and Terry smacks it onto the floor and the skull just shatters. It was not solid. It was fairly brittle. It wasn't big. It was probably like what you'd expect a robin maybe to be. It was a very small bird.
Mhm.
And it just breaks.
Any impact on the overall vibe?
Well, the skull itself stopped producing the brackish fog and the evil, oppressive aura that you've been seeing. Everything else seems to be unaffected, but at least you have purified, with quotation marks, that.
Right, so what can I do? Anything magical, because my skill's not made for
Bargain,
that.
roll me a nature check, as you're outside at the minute.
2 seconds.
No problem. You have but 2 and 2 only.
Yeah, then I'm probably not going to make that time limit.
Well, don't ask for it then. Fucking hell.
Right for my sheet to load up.
Yeah.
Nature checker.
Yeah, a nature check. As you're kind of out and about and you're nosing around and you can see the different flora and fauna of outside and the different parts of nature around you. And touch wood, no one said they can hear breathing, so I think I may have touch wood fixed it.
Yeah.
Slow but sure improvements, that's all I ask. So with a 19, you're rolling around, and I'm going to say at this point you're probably messing about here by this slight mossy patch. As you start smelling the distinct smell of different herbs and fungus and stuff that you've used probably before to grow and concoct things with. One particular mushroom that you come across, you don't know its name, but you remember that it was used as an antitoxin, essentially, to backtrack and overflow something that was trying to input an infection, different illnesses and ailments. It's possible it could work, maybe with the right application. Could help these two at least.
I'll take some, like, I'll dig it up with my claws.
So,
By the roots.
I was going to say, it's a small red-capped fungus that's just growing on top of the moss. There's not many of them, but they're fairly sizable. And you're able to scrape them into like a small-ish pile, and then you can kind of drag them through over time with your paw into the building.
Kind of look up at them and just scratch on the floor. Might help.
It's hopeless. It's inevitable what's going to happen.
Wow, somebody's depressed.
Oh yeah,
Shrug.
he hit rock bottom hard.
Just look at you and shrug and then give a little growl towards Terry.
I was going to say, the difference with how Terry and Monsek are taking this is rather astounding. You've got Terry who's just like, we can fix this. Don't worry, we'll do what it is. And then Monsek who's just like, nothing makes sense anymore.
I looked through notes. I tried my own memories. I then tried to destroy the thing. It didn't work. I'm out of ideas.
Okay, just sit there and do whatever it was you was doing, it's fine.
Well, he's saying
Yeah,
this
I'm
as he's
identifying
currently
a thing.
looking at the large jug with multiple spouts, trying to identify what it is.
Yeah, you carry on.
I will
Fine.
say you're about halfway through at this point.
Yay.
So, Terry, you are alerted by Bargain, and he points his snout towards a pile of mushrooms that he's collected.
Bargain, do I just like pop one in, or do I need to do something with it?
DM question, but I'm assuming I know how to prepare these.
You usually cut this up and boil it into a broth and then drink it. But given these two and you don't have a means to do that, you're not entirely sure. And you're kind of dealing with something that you've never really encountered curses yourself. but you know the properties of these mushrooms have a counter-reactive property to toxins and infections and things like that. It's kind of interpretive at this point because you're dealing with things you've not usually done.
I think
And Monsec, just for clarification, we're going to make sure that when you turn to a pig, we have got requests to give you an emo fringe and maybe some black eyeliner. You know, just to complete the look.
you know what?
That's absolutely fine.
You know what? I'm gonna pick one of these mushrooms up.
Yeah.
How big did you say they were? Like quite big.
Probably like the size of the palm of your hand, and there's about 6, 7 of them.
Okay, I'm gonna rip like a little chunk off.
Yeah.
And because he's been like manic depressive, I'm just gonna walk over to Mones, like shove it in his mouth and hold his nose.
Wouldn't it be better sending in corners is smaller and quicker?
Okay. Really quick, just make a concentration check for me, just to see if you can maintain concentration on your identify spell as he's doing this, and then tell me what your reaction is. That's if you want to try and continue concentrating on the spell, or if you want to drop it to react. That's your choice. Have we lost you, Tom? No, not Tom. Sam. Tom's still here. I think.
We've lost Terry as well.
Oh,
Sam,
God.
what?
No. We've lost the boat. God fucking damn it.
Honestly, Discord is having an absolute mare at the minute.
Is everyone suddenly online or something? Jesus.
I only go like once or twice in the whole
Everyone
night.
back.
Oh, thank God for that. Right.
Anyone actually hear Sam?
I can, but he's quiet-ish.
Hi.
Can hear him now.
There you go. Right. Did you hear what Terry did?
No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just at the moment I cut out, it was he shoves a mushroom into my face.
Yeah, well, he put it in your mouth, or at least attempted to, if you want to try and prevent him, stop him. Unless you want to drop
No,
it to react, I'm going to say make a concentration check to try and continue identifying. Because it's
Yeah, I'll do the
quite
concentration
off-putting, the
check.
fact that you've got someone shoving something in your mouth and then holding your nose.
It's a Constitution saving throw, isn't it?
Yeah. And you've just got to beat a 10. There you go. So you
Yep,
you
okay,
managed to
concentration.
maintain concentration. I'm assuming, are you just letting him do it?
Oh yeah, I'm defeated. I'm just continuing to do what I do, and that's it. Till I inevitably turn into a pig.
Just swallow it, fine.
So you put it in, and there's not much of a reaction. There's not much hesitation. He just takes it. You give him like a small piece, like a bread chunk that you'd like pinch off, as you said, and yeah, just takes it.
Is there any reaction from him?
Not immediately,
but-
that you can see. But no, you fed him the mushroom, he's ate it, and no, you don't see an immediate reaction. He just continues to work away silently.
Do I notice anything magically if I'm still got my detect magical
From the mushrooms or from him?
from him? Like about the cursiness?
There's no change at the minute. If anything, it's probably gotten a little stronger, as it has in you, where the curse is slowly transforming your bodies over time, which it has been, if the cat didn't want to lie on my book, 6 hours since everything started going wrong.
Sorry, what was that? It went very noisy.
Yeah, someone was typing. It's been 6 hours, and if anything, it's gotten a bit worse as it's progressed. But you don't see an immediate reaction of good.
Can I take the rest of that mushroom?
Yeah.
Because we got. Did you say we got about 7?
You got 6, yeah. But they're fairly...
Six.
They're like the size of the palm of your hand. They're not
Can
small.
I take the? Can I take the one I took a chunk out of, and go and like chuck it in the potion in the other room?
In the
And give it
cauldron?
like a. Yeah, and give it like a stir in.
Yeah. You drop it in and you use the stick you found earlier to stir it, and it breaks up a little bit because mushrooms aren't very dense. And it stirs in. It stirred in.
It affects the hoodoo voodoo.
Perception check?
Uh,
I'm saying it's perception rather than arcana because you've got detect magic up. You're looking at the magical auras.
Pretty good. Oh fuck.
No immediate change as you've put it in. It's still emanating this necrotic-y, horrible aura of curse.
Just give it like another stir, just like
But
work it real in.
I was going to say,
Hope for the best.
given your knowledge of working with alchemical things, as you've bought things before that you've used for yourself as enhancements and helping, typically things like this don't work immediately. And if anything is going to work, time is probably the best thing.
Right.
But
Okay.
as it stands, there is no immediate, like, oh my god, it instantly fixed. Or it did nothing, or whatever.
Okay. Oh, you know, because I like robbed all this stuff from down the cave. Well, the crawl
The little
space.
store cupboard.
Yeah, and it is now mine. Did that affect the progression of my curse at all, in comparison to Monseki's?
Say all that again, please.
So, you know, because I robbed all the stuff,
Yes.
like that big pile of booty.
Yeah.
Did that extra level of greed impact my curse whatsoever? In comparison to Monsex, who did not steal?
No, but you have noticed that over time your curse has been progressing slightly faster than his for whatever reason that may be. His transformation is much slower, whereas yours seems to be far more aggressive.
Sexist, that's what it is. It's sexist.
You're both the same.
He's a boy, I'm a girl.
No, you've changed into one. You're fake.
No,
You
genetically,
literally stole the body
I'm
of
be.
the fucking blacksmith store. What? And he said door, then wife.
Yeah, but I said I was a lady.
Okay.
Changeling, like I.
I genuinely don't remember. I could have sworn you'd said otherwise, but either way.
No, I said my mind form was male, but my actual gender is lady.
Oh, okay, that makes sense and why I misheard you. Carry on.
That's fine. Should we just have a nap?
just sleep it off.
Just, have a nap. Will I be fine in the morning? No thanks. Woo!
I was going to say, as you come back into the main room and you're just kind of thinking, looking at the other 5 mushrooms left, Monsec, you finish the identification of the item before you.
So what does it do?
Well, firstly, you're extremely quiet.
Really? Am I?
Yeah.
Change?
Not as quiet as last time, but you are pretty quiet.
You did again.
Yeah. I mean, preferably, if you could stand closer than 20 foot to your microphone, that would be great.
I'm right next to it right now.
It doesn't sound it, goddammit.
I know.
Hang on, I'll turn you on 200%, see if that makes
Do it
sense.
again.
Is that any better?
It's doable.
I'm back to human.
Yay! But the item in front of you, given it was a conjuration magic jug, you notice it to be something that's known as an alchemy jug. Something that if you ask for a specific liquid, it can summon forth a various amount of whatever you ask, depending on what you ask for.
Cure to the curse.
Hang on, I'm just going to get the page for you so you can get it, because I should have got it up sooner. Don't know why I didn't. Aha. So,
Yes.
don't you ask me. This can only be done once a day, recharges at dawn. And you ask for a cure to the curse. Is that what you actually asked for, or did you just say that?
I said it's a cure to the curse. I was actually like going, yes! Sort of like yelling that out loud, like going, yes, I think I found a cure to the thing.
But you just kind of say to yourself.
Yeah.
As you do, Terry, you notice that the magic flare for a second of the conjuration, and you pull the cork off the top, thunk, and you can hear the sloshing of a very small amount of liquid inside.
I was gonna say, I drink it.
Just roll a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
You've just necked unknown liquids. Okay. It's not nice. You know, like that, like how typical medicine tastes like that. Oh, it's horrible. You drink it and it's vile. There was only like a mouthful in there, not a lot, and you drink all of it in one go. And that aftertaste of just medicine smell just lingers. And that's it. It doesn't affect you physically, it doesn't make you sick, it's just a very horrifically bad medicine taste of liquid. Probably like a quarter pint, maybe. Fuck's sake, has he gone again? We love it here, don't we? Am I the only one? Is everyone else here? Hello? Yeah. I might as well chat with the audience for a quick second while everyone reconvene. Yeah, no.
I can.
Oh, why didn't you say something then, you dope?
Didn't nobody was talking?
I said, where is everybody? Am I the only one here?
Oh,
Hello?
I didn't hear you say. I didn't hear you say that.
Yes, I did. Oh, for God's sake, Blake.
I'm back.
No.
Way. But no, this man has necked far worse in his time, trust me, so yeah, it's not bad for a 20. Right, did you hear any of what I said?
No.
Oh,
I didn't.
oh, for God's sake, I hate my life. So, you had it was about a quarter of a pint. It was like a mouthful of liquid that was in this jug, Sam, that you drank. It was like the stereotypical medicine taste. It was very disgusting, and it leaves an aftertaste in your mouth that's vile. You want to swallow your mouth. You've probably got some water. You'll swallow your mouth out. It's not nice. But it doesn't do anything immediately. It doesn't knock you sick. It doesn't knock you out. It doesn't make you throw up. It doesn't immediately revert everything back that you can see.
Hello?
Really? Can you hear me, Sam?
Yes.
Did you not
Heard
hear?
all that so far.
You've heard all of it. Okay, that's good. I was going to say, don't make me repeat myself 3 times, damn it. But that's what happens. There's no immediate visual effect. It's just like a very horrible medicine taste in your mouth.
I look at Tickle and ask if it's changed.
Perception check really quick, Artez.
And on perception.
Have we lost Ben and Tom still?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Tom has not responded, so I assume he's gone to the ether. But, Terry, you notice that this liquid is a similar school to the cursed liquid, but it's hard to describe in a way that I'm trying to think. The words aren't coming to my head. But you know when it's the same, but the complete opposite end of the spectrum of the same area?
Like yin and yang.
Yeah. While it's very similar and has a lot of characteristics, it's coming from the opposite end of the scale. And you physically see the two of them, like, hit each other like two walls and are kind of doing like a back and forth motion as you see the auras of the magic just slowly mix and swirl inside the body.
Kid dead. We go boom.
Take cover, he's a bomb.
Yep.
Jesus. But no, that's what you see. And you can slowly see that given the small amount of liquid and the aura that's coming from this, it's not being overwhelmed, it's not being took over, it's slowly pushing back the cursed that had been slowly working its way into all 4 limbs and torso of Monsec. Whatever it's doing a job. It's going to take time,
Terry?
but it's working.
What's happening?
Yeah, you go slowly. You might be fine, you might not be. You can hope.
Working? Not working?
Kind of, for now. But for how long, who knows? Here.
Can I change, Dan? Like, I tried to change my hand to a different creature.
As you use your innate abilities, or at least try to, it's like a rubber band effect. You see parts of the body threatening and trying to change, but then revert back. You try again, and it's just like a muscle. You've got to stretch it, and it's trying. Whereas before, it just flat out refused and didn't work. Something has happened to the point now where at least your body is making an attempt, but it's still failing.
Alright. Yep.
She made up her mind that one day she would be like them.
She came to define happiness as wealth
When you've got
and
equipment attacks and abilities, click on creative weapons and armor proficiency. It'll tell you there.
And I will say, Terry, that it's been slightly longer than 10 minutes. I did misjudge it, but your detect magic has since faded as you've been explaining this. Sam has gone again.
That child not.
Oh, Tom's back.
Yes, I'm back.
Would you like to do any sort of activities while we're waiting?
50 star jumps, why not? Go on,
Thank you.
I'm watching you. Honest. Bargain, Kilnar, is there anything you two want to be doing at all while these two are having this interaction?
The dwarf can use a heavy weapon.
Yeah, no, I think I'm suitably rolled in bear shit.
Okay.
I have 18
But post bear shit roll, is there anything else you want to do? Maybe? I don't know. I feel like you...
Carry on,
I know you
some
probably...
herbs.
I was going to say, I know you two probably don't mind, but I feel bad that you guys aren't talking a lot and I'm like trying to get you involved because I feel like... I don't know. If you're okay not doing anything, that's fine, but you want to go out and try and get some more herbs, because there are. You've,
Herbs.
I was going to say, you've noticed that there's small patches of herbs, different ones, and it's cultivated. It looks to be a herb garden, if not slightly crude. Roll a survival check as you're going and gathering, or at least identifying. You probably won't be able to gather that easy in your wolf form. Can't access my book at the minute as well because my cat's lying on it. He's a beauty boy.
Nope.
Oh.
You're able to identify a few different herbs, but the problem is you're used to Bargain's sense of smell, the way he moves and stuff. You've not really ever picked herbs while as a wolf. And there are plenty of herbs, but you're having a bit of a hard time identifying them, let alone gathering them, because, no thumbs. Haha. You could just pretty much
do a heck and dig.
I was gonna say you could do
Dig it all up.
I was gonna say you could easily dig it
Drag
all up.
in.
Yeah, you could dig it all up and bring it in and drag it into a pile. It'd be crude, but you don't know what all of them are necessarily what they do. But you could at
gonna
least
dig
drag
them
them all
up.
up.
And I'm gonna kind of go in and like bite Terry's backpack and just kind of pull it off his back
Okay.
and just start using my method to just put them in there.
We only about the loot bag on my actual backpack.
Your backpack.
I gave it
and
to
all my
you.
herbs in. Oh, have I got it?
'Cause I'm
Oh,
like,
it's in my,
yeah.
it's in my body.
Yeah, you had it. I gave it to you to hold because I was like half pig and I was like in my underwear.
Yeah, he did strip down to prevent his clothes being ruined as he transformed. Remember, I'm gonna say I will point out that Terry is literally stood in his skivvies and nothing else. That is a valid point.
Yeah.
I forgot about
Then,
that.
Yeah, literally, as you saw the hag's hut, he was like, right, well, I'm taking everything off. And he's like, okay.
Kill that! Give me your backpack! Rawr, 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 and bites at your backpack.
Do you allow this?
Keep pulling at the backpack.
We keep pulling until we get an answer, damn it.
Just keep pulling, just keep pulling, just keep pulling, pulling.
What do? We pull.
No. Both of you stop.
Scratching the floor and just kind of go, Kilnar, you're dead?
Yeah, you just see Kilner in a catatonic state and the Windows loading screens in his eyes.
And then just like underneath, just like, bruh.
Yeah. Oh, do you back, Tom?
I never disappeared.
You've just... Oh, for God's sake. Ben has just been speaking to you in character for ages.
You are Kilnar, yes?
Oh,
It's
great.
like,
This
you
is
look
going
down,
great.
you see a message scratched into the
Here, but I
floor. It says,
answered.
We didn't hear you, mate, honestly. Do you allow him to take the backpack as he's clawing and biting at you for it? Yes. So, you take Kilnar's backpack into the living room quarters and just, you with your snout, just use it like a little shovel and just start pushing the dirt and the various fungus, moss, plant life into the backpack. You now have a bag of randomly assorted herbs. Who knows?
I
Put them
think they
together
might
in the
need
right combination.
fertilising.
It might be the KFC recipe. We'll find out.
oh, they need a bit of fertilizer in there, I think to myself.
Sam, are you back?
Yeah, they're okay for the minute.
Please, Sam,
Nose
tell
the
me you're
backpack
back.
Oh, it's still gone.
Ah, fuck. Okay, Blake, what's Terry
Yeah?
doing? You saw the weird goings on in the body of Monsec. You explained it, and he's kind of like, "What the hell do you mean?" As your vision fades and you're unable to explain it further. Is there anything you want to do? Maybe? I don't know.
Can I So that's the jug's fixed in, but you said it's only like one use a day. So
He didn't explain it, but yeah, essentially the alchemy jug is a once per day use, recharges at dawn. The way it works,
What-
you say to
what
it
time of
whatever
day
you
are we
want.
on? What time of day are we on?
Given the fact that you left the Lord's Manor early in the morning, you've probably spent the best part of about 6 hours looting the town, destroying hex pouches, traversing the forest to here, to fighting, to investigating. Yeah, probably about 6 hours, so you're probably looking at about... You left at 9, because about that. So 10, 11, 12... About 3
Like
o'clock
3,
in the
4-ish.
No, yeah, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's mid-afternoon. Well, late afternoon, sorry, not mid-afternoon. He's alive!
God, so many problems.
Yes.
He just tried phoning his phone to go, yo, where are
But you know what the piss tech is? Everything was fine for the half an hour, but the second it hit 7, the fuck it. Everything died.
Dunk.
Everything died.
Yeah.
Typical. Absolutely typical. Right.
So,
What was the last bit you-
I'm sort of changed. I'm half changey, but I change back.
Yeah, it's like an elastic band. As you're changing, it snaps back and pulls you back. But the difference is before, it just flat out refused and wasn't working. At least now there is something.
Okay then, I've got a way to delay this, so let's figure out how to solve this. I've now sort of like got my mojo back.
And his mojo just took him straight out of the call again.
That's him.
That's it.
Oh, he's back again. Okay, so you've got your mojo back.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So like go up and it's like, yep, I'm ready to do this. So what do we know?
That your jug can make a curious kind of thing?
Yeah, that only works after dawn, and I feel like it's only a temporary fix.
Yeah, we will find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good enough. Right, so, what shall we do?
So what do we know? What have we tried since I sort of locked out?
We were waiting for you, for your revigorated
we were waiting for you.
For your invigorated enthusiasm.
Hell yeah. Okay, I go up to Bargain and go,
I was going to
okay
say,
then, so what do these mushrooms do?
I was going to say, you see the mushrooms on the floor, which is also the same thing as what was fed to you. You see him also in the process of using his snout to fill Kilnar's pack full of mud and various plant life.
I pick up the mushrooms,
Yeah.
like try and cover my mouth with my my clothing and things, and try and keep out the smell,
Yeah.
and go barreling into the other room to throw them in.
Are you throwing it at the stuff on the floor or the stuff in the
All
cauldron?
all the mushrooms
Yeah,
into the cauldron.
Okay, so because don't forget, you poured most of it out on the floor.
I know, and I feel like that's a horrible thing I shouldn't have done.
But you did it anyway. So yeah, you quickly cover your mouth, go in, and just take all the mushrooms and just wang them into the pan, and some of them hit the side and then blurb in.
Like try and stir it with, I'm guessing, the stick that's still in it.
I'm assuming Terry left it sticking out the pot, unless he said otherwise. So yeah, you're able to just quickly give it a stir and just mulch it in and just mix it as well as you can, and they break apart and dissolve into the liquid.
Does anything change? I guess I can't check.
Not visibly, no. You don't have anything up at the minute as a form of detecting magic like
Nope.
Terry did. So yeah, no. As visually, nothing changes.
I'd run back out and ask Terry if anything changed.
Yes, it is now later in the afternoon because I can't see anything with my magic skills because it's faded. Woo.
Okay. Highly useful.
I will ritualistically cast detect magic again.
Okay, so you start the process of 10 minutes plus.
I'm gonna say if he's
6
gonna do
seconds.
another 10 minutes, I'm gonna pull out the necklace and start identifying that. If we're gonna be waiting, I'm gonna start identifying. Actually, I'm gonna ask if anyone wants their items identifying while we're waiting for Tickle to get his ability back.
I shall give you mine. I shall drop my wild shapes.
Okay, I was about to say, doesn't your wild shape take your items off you?
I can poop it out.
I will point out the item you palmed, Monsec, was not magical. Just so you don't waste
Okay,
your time.
I was gonna identify it to see if it was magical, and because I don't know between magical and non-magical, so would have been a waste of my time.
I think.
But
I
yeah,
had,
I'll take
gloves.
bargains
was
off
it?
and start identifying. Yeah, you had
Some
silky
form of
gloves.
Give.
So you're going to give the gloves over to have inspected.
Yeah. Well, we've got 10 minutes. I'm going to just identify that item.
Okay. So the both of you are going to take a further 10 minutes to go through the ritual cast of Detect Magic, go through the ritual cast of Identify. Bargund, now you're
And
back.
I now go through the other bag and
Yeah.
transfer all said herbs back into my bag.
Okay, so you get them out and you filter through them, shake off some of the loose
Can I
dirt.
have a good sniff? You know, good sniff and a examination as I'm going.
That would be a nature check, my boy.
Le nature.
You're natural. Or you rolled a 16, eh? What are we doing?
Bellissimo.
So with a 16, yeah, you identify the vast majority of them. There are various different herbs that are essentially part and parcel to most potions and different herbs and medicines and foods and antitoxins and nutrition. What you're looking at is the stem cell of fungus is one of them, which can be used as a replacement to missing ingredients for alchemy and herbalism. You have what you would assume 70 gold's worth. It's fairly valuable because it's essentially a universal replacement for ingredients. You also come across a small portion of poisonous plant life that isn't gonna kill someone, but by God, they're gonna feel like they're dying. Their stomach's gonna be turned into knots with it. And you find a few doses of that, given the amount you see, probably about 3 or 4 that are usable. Application is varied depending on how you want to do it, but typically ingestion is the best. You also come across various spices that you would use for cooking with to enhance the flavour, as a base for different sauces and things like that, to make the travel food at least taste a little nicer. Because while it works, it's not great. There are other smaller...
Damn delicious to me.
Oh yeah, it sounds goddamn tasty, but there are a number of other herbs, but the amount is very finite in comparison to these 3 things you found.
Lovely.
Lovely babbly. Tom, is there anything Kilnar's going to be doing during all this, or are you still happy to be present?
At least to be part of the group.
Drop him in the ravine.
I think Tom's gone again. God damn it. We all need to write sternly worded Karen letters to Discord. We want to speak to their managers and we want to get their jobs.
No, you don't want to speak to the manager. I demand a meeting with the board of directors.
There
I'm a
you go.
level 1000 Karen.
See,
See,
this is
that
why
was my
we
small
needed-
brain thinking. That was his big brain. But yeah, the time goes by and your detect magic once again picks up and you're noticing the small faint glows of auras around you of the different magical items that each of you now possess, the different things in and around each of you. At about 30 or so seconds later, Monsek, you complete the identification of the gloves. It was you was looking at, wasn't it?
Yep, I was looking at the gloves.
Okie dokie. But deep purple and silver inlaid gloves seem to hold a unique property in that they not only deter projectiles from coming towards you, but give people the ability, if worn, to catch them and stop them. It is an item known as gloves of missile snaring. Essentially, for game mechanics, you know the deflect missile monk ability? Where you roll a d10 and add your dex to any projectile. You basically get that. And it's a reaction to use, as you'd expect. But the downfall is you can't throw it back like a monk, but it gives you the ability
And it's disadvantage for range attacks upon you.
No. It's
What's
just
the first bit?
if someone shoots you with it. I was just being fluff and descriptive.
Okay.
Game mechanics. If someone shoots you with a ranged weapon, you can spend your reaction to try and catch the projectile and lower the damage. You decrease the damage by 1d10 plus your dex modifier, and that negates directly off the damage, as you've literally just put your arm out and caught the arrow or bolt or whatever it may be.
Okay, then I hand them back to him and go, this is what they do.
Yeah.
And
Is there
as you offer them out to me, I'll just gently slide my hands in.
Yeah, as he holds them out, you just kind of
Keeping
weave
eye contact the entire time.
I will point out,
Slowly sliding my hands in.
they're not something that will work immediately, and it does require you an hour or so to
would that have
attune
come
to
up
them.
on my...
Yeah.
Would that have become on my... Identified that they need a tuning?
Yes.
Yay!
So, they are very pretty gloves right now, but if given the time, they can be very pretty gloves that help save your life.
I'm also going to walk straight outside and start covering them in dirt.
Okay.
So,
that is easily done. Roll for dirt coverage.
So, Terry,
What would
how's
that
the
be?
magic looking? Sorry, continue.
D100 for dirt coverage?
Yeah, D100. The more the better. There you go, 68 dirt coverage.
68% of my glove.
Yeah, specifically, very specifically, not 69, not 67, 68% of your gloves. That's like one and a bit glove. Dirt.
So I'm like,
everywhere.
that's acceptable for now.
That's acceptable dirt parameters.
And then get 2 fingers in the dirt and just rub like 2 battle lines across my cheeks.
Okay.
So, Terry, anything new magic-wise?
What do I see with my magical eyes?
You see, essentially, the transmutive corrupting magic that was inside of both of you. His has diminished, not a vast amount, but enough to be noticeable immediately. The roots that were taking apart, coming out from the seed that was in the centre of his torso, are receding and just slowly shriveling slightly, and they're not as thick and they're not as prudent anymore. Whatever has happened seems like it's doing the job, and the curse that he bestowed upon himself is in retreat.
Nice, man. Sec, you good. What happened with the mushrooms that got put in the potion? Like, what's happening with that, babe?
Do you want to go in there and have a look?
Oh, hang on. That is not me. I'll just, like, stick my head in.
Perception check.
A20.
Nothing has changed with the like liquidy ooze on the floor, because none of you did anything with that. But in the cauldron, the smell is a lot more pleasant. It's not as offensive anymore. And whereas it was extremely thick, like a custard, it's slowly becoming runnier and turning into more of a liquid. The viscosity has changed quite dramatically.
Is it a different colour? Or is it still like...
The colour hasn't changed, but the consistency has. And the smell is
Cool.
far, far more tolerable. Like,
Do I notice any...
Go on.
Any difference in like the vibe of the magic? Like how
The
it like feels?
curse itself is still present, but at least from the inside the cauldron, it's not as dark, I would say. Whereas before it was pure opaque and very dark, it's slightly becoming translucent and just ever so slightly lightening. The aura of the magic, at least, is. Not the liquid itself.
Cool bean.
So, is it lessened, Terry?
Yes. Yes, the mushrooms have solved the problem. We're all good. We're not going to be pigs. We're fine. I lied.
Well,
We're doomed.
Well, the quarter in the
Well, I won't
cauldron's
be a
okay,
pig.
but the 3/4 on the floor is still perfectly fine. Just get that out there. Because somebody
Bargain.
tipped it up. I'm not going to name names.
I don't know who did that. I'm weak. Must be one of the two strong guys who did.
So hang on. So is it like seeped into the floor, or is it like kind of like on top still?
It's that thick and viscous that it's just sat on top of the slats of the wood.
Bargain, would you be
Can
able
I-
to find more of those mushrooms for us? I think they may be the solution to the problem. Or something similar, at least.
I mean, I can go there. I don't mind.
Does she have?
Do you have that,
something-
it's a spell that could make you grow these things? I'm guessing because you're naturey.
And I just stand like,
No. Sadly, I can't summon them.
Can I use my mage hand to scoop up the potion and put it back in the cauldron?
No, because you could definitely put some of it back, but you wouldn't be able to put all of it back because it's still although it's still a thick liquid, it's still a liquid, and a lot of it will just slip through the fingers of the mage hand.
Have a good time. How much can I get in?
Roll a sleight of hand for Goop Sloop.
I'm gonna say I'm committed to this.
Okay, you just committed to sloop in the goop.
Yep. I could find a shovel, but where's the fun in that?
Yeah, no. Who needs shovels when you've got fingers?
Magic fingers. 19.
Fucking hell. You're able to. It's a very, very slow process, but yeah, you are able to, like, with two hands, just make a little bowl over your hands and just scoop some of it back in. You're not going to get it all by any means, but you're going to get the majority. But it's going to take you a considerable amount of time to do it if you want to continue doing it.
Unless anybody's gonna help find a device to scoop it with.
It seems you're on your own for this
I'm going mushroom hunting. Mushroom.
Yeah, I'm trying to look through my equipment to see if there's anything I could use.
Speaking of mushrooms,
Okay.
can we have a survival check as you're foraging again for more mushrooms?
I kind of know what I'm looking for though, so
Yeah, okay, I'll give you advantage because you're specifically looking for that mushroom and nothing else.
Do I remember seeing any gardening equipment in this woman's house? Considering she got like this, all this magic mushroom business going on.
Not that you saw.
is it nature or survival?
Survival, because your nature I use tend to be more for identifying things of nature. Survival, because you're actually physically going out and foraging, aren't you?
13.
13. It's not too bad. I mean, you do find some, but not a massive amount. You know what I mean?
And I immediately pocket them.
Yeah.
And come back and say,
The thing is, where you find them in the same place, it seems that they were specifically cultivated, and during your wolf form, you missed 2 smaller caps that had not long grown out of the moss and mycelium. You're able to scoop those ones up, but the issue is, the source has now been depleted. And you take them back in, and you see Terry using his mage hand to scoop gloop off the floor.
When he comes back in, can I give it a stir with the stick? Do I notice if the scoop, sloop, flop, gump?
Yeah.
I like alliteration,
It's a
okay?
terrible bunch of words, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Do I notice if it intermingles with the lightning, or does it stay like dank and nasty?
It mixes in, and they kind of meet in the middle, as you would when you mix into liquids.
Does the overall kind of reduce the overall kind of like nasty vibe, or is it still kind of?
Like I said, it kind of makes the nasty stuff better and the better stuff nastier.
No, what I mean is, because I've obviously scooped a lot of it off the floor, is the reduction of the still nasty stuff kind of still impactful?
Make a perception check.
If that makes... Sorry, I didn't work that very well at all. 11?
It seems okay. It's not like you've overwhelmed the restorative properties of what was in there. And with the added mushrooms and things like that coming in for the rescue as backup, should be okay? Question mark? That's kind of how you're feeling about it. It's like, it should work. I mean, it's not like you've removed curses with mushrooms for a living, okay? You're all flying from the seat of your pants at this point.
Well, yeah, we totally did this all the time. It's like my hobby. Like, who doesn't do magic mushroom recreationally all the time?
It's in his backstory, okay? We laugh.
My hobby is mushroom growing.
Yes, Bargain?
I found these 2 tiny ones, but there really isn't gonna be any more, so
Maybe we should
want to wait and see if this actually has an effect before we waste them.
Yeah, we
One
should
minute.
keep those 2.
Tickle, you had potions from her basementy sex dungeony place. If I identify them, see what they do, we may be able to counteract the entire potion by throwing those into it.
We could, I guess. Have at it, and I'll like whip out my.
I'm going to say look at it first, identify, and then throw it in, instead of just going all willy-nilly at this point.
Are you sure? Willy-nilly sounds like a great idea, guys. Just putting it out there.
No, willy-nilly got the stuff on the floor. Yeah, we're not doing that again.
That's just the wrong kind of willy-nilly. You gotta do like the correct willy-nilly.
Yeah, no, you have to do nilly-willy. That's what it is. People doing it backwards.
Yeah.
So, you begin the process of identification.
Yeah.
You see some red liquid vials, as well as one that glows a very faint, almost clear, but it's got like a glow to it.
Do I know? Sorry, because I've still got my detect magic up. Do I notice any of the potions have a similar or like kind of antithesis vibe to the main potion?
Most of these don't actually have a magical aura to them. They just are as they are. You see 2 or 3 of the red vials give off a necrotic aura, as well as a yellowish liquid that gives off a divination aura.
Ooh. I'm just gonna like pick that one off because
Which one would you suggest, Tickle? Just hand it me and I'll identify it.
not this one. This one's mine. The necrotic. I don't know. What sort of looks similar-ish in vibes to the potion in the other room?
What's in the other room is transmutation, because it's the
Is there
act
anything-
of transforming your body from person to pig.
Is there anything that's
Nothing matches, unfortunately.
Divination may protect you.
What you
I will
know,
give him the-
divination is the act of foresight, looking past, present, future, things like that, and being able to observe and view. Necrotic is dealing with life, whether it's giving, taking, unnaturally restoring, altering life.
It's gonna take so long. Yeah, we got all afternoon. We got all evening. I will give him the. How many necrotic ones did you say?
3.
Do they all look the same hue?
I'm
or
going to
different
say, it
hues?
doesn't get destroyed when I've identified it. I can't hand it back.
No, I'm saying is, are the 3 necrotic ones the same kind of magical hue and also physical hue, or are they all different?
They are the exact same.
Yeah, have a necrotic one. I'm sure they're all the same.
Okay, ritual identify.
What one first?
The necrotic one? One of the
Yeah,
necrotic ones?
the red one, whichever one Tickle hands to me.
The necrotic. Okay.
Yeah.
So, again, you begin the process of going through this. Terry, as time's been going further, your force transformation's been slowly getting worse. Your back has started hurting. The ability to stand on 2 legs is slowly getting harder and harder as your skin grows thicker and your body is slowly starting to resemble more and more that of a swine. It's getting difficult just doing normal things.
I can relate to that on like a...
Is that like a very deep thing?
Yeah, it's 2 normal things. What are normal things?
Yeah. And what I'm going to do for the
Can I-
sake of expediency, I'm going to fast forward when we do identifies unless something happens. But if anyone wants to do anything, please speak up. Is that
Hey,
alright?
Terry,
Yeah, does Bargain or Kilmer want to do anything while I
Well, this
take
is why
10
I'm
minutes
saying
to
it.
do it?
Can't do anything.
hey Terry,
Yes? Wink.
was there anything left down in that hole?
I don't think there was there?
You literally, like, supermarket sweep styled, put everything in that blanket.
No, that should, I say should be everything. Unless you want to go double check with your wise perceptive ways.
Not all that perceptive. Who am I kidding? I am. Let me just go and double check.
Take the torch.
Yep. Grab the torch
Okay.
and a head zooms.
Okay.
Just gonna do a heck of a thieves.
Roll me a perception then, as you stick your head in the underground section, just to double check and make sure everything's kosher.
Ugh. Even with a 6, I'm getting an 11. Fuck, roll 20 gods.
You see a small ring on a shelf. It's copper, plain. That's about it.
I'm gonna take it.
Oh, take
Does
it.
it
It's
talk to
copper.
me when I touch it?
You touch it, and it says nothing. It's silent.
I was waiting for more voices in his head. Just so many.
Yeah, he's already got voices in his head.
Just super aware, Don't need any more in there.
But yeah, you just have a standard, simple copper ring. It looks in the style of like a wedding band.
Oh, it's from my husband that died. I mean,
Good.
he ran away with another woman.
I'ma desecrate this motherfucking ring.
When he comes back in with it, do I notice anything magical about? Like, is there an aura? I'm just odd about the voodoo auras at the moment.
Yes, but not anything you have encountered as a normal school of magic. It has its own funky little... Like, similar to how Bargund has his druidic nature, which is outside of the school of magic you are aware of. There's something innate about it that's just... there's just like that level of unknown quantity.
Does it turn the wearer into a pig?
There's only one way to find out.
Throw it in the pot.
You're not wasting a perfectly good semi-magic ring.
I mean, you could. I'm not gonna stop you if you choose to throw that ring that I worked so hard on into that pot.
This isn't Mount Doom. We're not in Mordor.
Hey, hands off my ring.
Okay, so what does the horrible red necrotic potion do?
The necrotic potion is a health potion. It is a standard healing potion. Because what most people forget, just because it's necrotic also deals with giving life as well as taking it.
I relay that to Tickle.
You have
and
3
everybody.
potions of healing, which are 2d4 plus 2.
And then go, and what about the other one?
I will gingerly hand over this very...
The yellowish one. I will point out, there is an eyeball inside it.
Oh no, I want to keep it more.
And the... Tickle, I'm literally just going to see what it does. I will hand it you back.
Are you giving it over, Tickle? Tickle.
I thought he already said that he was giving it over.
No, but when he said he had an eyeball in it, I think I heard him say he pulled it back, I think.
He said he wants it back. He wants it more.
Okay.
And I went, oh, well, this...
Well, I'm not going to assume he's giving you until I hear confirmation, because that would be mean.
Nah. We need to skip another 10 minutes. Come on.
Right. Well, is there anything else you want to try and identify in the time?
Kilnar's device, if he wants to. Kilnar.
Yeah.
While Tickle's being difficult, do you want me to identify your...
Difficult!
Yeah. Was that a yes? Identify 10 minutes?
Sorry, I dropped out.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, would you like me to still have it, Tickle? Because you seem to be between if you want to give it over for a second, for like 10 minutes.
As long as I get it back, I like a nice eyeball in like a jar.
Yeah, we'll see if it's useful.
Okay.
And during the further 10 minutes, unless anyone wishes to intervene with something they would like to do...
We're just going to go on a quest to Mordor with this other ring.
Yeah. You're going to throw it in the pot?
No, I mean, we're just going to leave and go to, like, Mount Doom. Another adventure.
Okay, yeah. Just, like, forget this campaign. Yeah, it sucks. Like, who would write...
Yeah, we're just going to... like, go to...
Your hands off my ring.
After about 10 further minutes, you identify this next potion, the yellowish one with the eyeball inside, to be a potion of clairvoyance, and if drunk, would give you the ability to cast the spell clairvoyance
How many times?
once.
Oh. What have I still got
The
eyeball?
clairvoyance spell gives you the ability to look upon an area that you can either see further away or envision in your mind, and be able to basically security cam the bitch.
Spoopy eye.
Yeah, see the past, present, and future.
Yeah. No.
Just the now.
I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it's just the now, because it's the ability to oversee an area. Yeah, you can create an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to you, a place you have visited or seen before, or an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you, like behind a door, around a corner, in a grove of trees and such. The sensor remains in place for the duration, can't be attacked or seen otherwise. When you choose to cast this spell, you choose seeing or hearing, and you can choose the sense through the sensor. So essentially, it's a nanny cam.
I don't think that's going to do as much copy here then.
I'm gonna say I'll be back, but Jeff, if you just want me to identify something, just say Sam identify. I'll just agree.
Okay,
See you in a minute.
see you in a sec, man.
Can I have my potion back?
You can have your potion back. I will say he agreed to hand it you back once it was identified.
I don't know why I like it. It's just it's green. It's got an eyeball in.
It's yellow.
Don't even get me started on yellow.
But you have your potion.
I'll keep it further. Don't
Okay.
worry, I may have had a special bond.
Yeah.
As a
Oh.
team.
Yeah, you and that potion to the end.
To the end. I'm just collecting inanimate body parts. I've got my mannequin hand, my eyeball potion.
Oh god, yeah, you've got that mannequin hand, didn't you, from the rings earlier?
Yeah, I'm keeping that mannequin hand.
Okay.
I need to find a foot. And then I'm kind of like good.
Were you gonna make like a whole person?
That's my other character.
Okay. So, is there anything
We got-
people wish to do? If you wish for items to be identified, Sam has said, just tell him and he'll do it.
Well, who else has got magic items that they don't know about? Other than me.
I'm
Does
just
Tom have
double
any?
checking. Well, Monsec has some manacles he hasn't looked over.
Anybody else? Did Tom just take the potions?
The hand, I assure you, is purely innocent. Blake, explain to them before they get grossed out with you and your hand. It's just a normal hand.
It's just a mannequin hand.
Yeah, what it was, they were in a vault of antiquities where they were allowed to take one item each, in the Lord's Manor, and in a box was a set of rings on a mannequin's hand. They took the entire box, mannequin hand included. I can't. Who put on the 3 rings? Or did
It was me, and then I put them on, then I took them off.
Oh,
So
okay.
turning more into pig.
Oh yeah, you was.
But I had them on for a while.
Yeah, but we're having growing concerns that you need feet as well now.
And I just like
Blake, you baffle me sometimes, Bab. But no, you've got the manacles, which Monsec has yet to identify. You've got the other potions, which, given your identification and knowledge of the health potions you've just found, Kilnar, you also have 4 health potions. Terry, you also have a deck of 17 unusual cards.
Oh, that was in
Balgun's
the map.
gloves have been identified, and the 3 silver rings that you also had off the mannequin hand have yet to be identified.
oh, can I ask one sec to sort out my rings?
Yes. Sam will inspect your 3 rings.
Thank you.
And after a while, they come back as divination magic. And specifically, they give you the ability to enhance an ability, or if you made an attack and have cocked up, it gives you the ability to essentially add that little extra to it to try and get you over the edge. You would know this as Bardic Inspiration. Specifically, if all 3 rings are worn together as a set, you gain a free 1 per day use of a D12 Bardic Inspiration that can be used on skill checks and attack rolls. Or, if you wear the rings separately, or if different people wear the rings, it's 1d4 once per day use, resets at dawn. Did you hear all that, or am I talking to myself?
No, sorry, I'm just writing.
It's fine. This was one of my little homebrew items where you can give one person each a ring and it's 1d4 Bardic Inspiration. Or if you wear all 3 together, it's a 1d12. It's basically similar to, the new Dunamancy magic where Critical Role made, the motive possibility. It's similar to that, but not quite.
So,
Hi guys.
Welcome back. You have identified 1 item while you was away.
do you want to do your manacles next, or this deck of thingies?
What knowledge have I collected?
There is a divination magic aura coming from the set of 3 rings that, if worn together, give a free 1 use per day equivalent of Bardic Inspiration for attacks and skill checks. Or if separately worn, each of them give 1d4 to the wearer, resets at dawn. It's a nice little buff in case you ever get split off from the bards in the party.
Because the bard is the one that had them.
Yep. Trust you, out of everyone, to be the one that took them.
What's the each? What do they do individually? Like I know all
It's
gives a Bardic
1d4
Inspiration.
if they're worn individually or together as a set of 3. It's a 1d12. It's kind of whether you want to split them and share the effectiveness, or have one person have a really useful 1-use pop. Because it's technically not Bardic Inspiration, it will stack with Bardic Inspiration. So you can, if you really need that last gasp roll, it will be a little bullshit, but I don't mind you guys being slightly overpowered. You're the heroes in this. Or at least that's what you think.
Does it work with saving throws, or is that something different?
Just skill checks and attack rolls, not saving throws, not damage rolls.
Okay, that's fine.
It's like a Law Bard's Inspiration, but without the cutting words.
Okay.
So Tickle, what else did you grab off the shelves down there? Was it just these potions?
Oh, sorry, down there. Do you want to check out my cards? This the matchbox thing?
No, he meant the Hag's Hut.
Oh.
Yeah, what did you grab?
Just these potions, as far as I'm aware. There was different non-magical ones.
I will point out, there's more than just 4 potions. There is many other vials and samples of things, but they are just base ingredients. They are not magical by themselves. It's just these are the only completed articles, essentially, that were there in storage.
Okay. Bargain, do you know any of these potions, any of these ingredients that will help? Or at least counteract it? Show him the vials?
Question mark?
Question mark? Roll nature check, boy.
Do I know?
I don't know. Do you know?
I'm gonna say I'll inspire you as well. I'll do a Bardic Inspiration.
Oh my god! You actually have Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah, who would know? You've got 2 bards in the party, and this is the first Bardic Inspiration. We're in episode 5.
1 minute, I did it on the first episode.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yes, I did it to kill the last zombie.
Yes, you did. My bad. Nature check.
Sorry, nature.
Yeah, because You're not having to scavenge them. You're trying to identify what they are.
Nope.
Well, that's
I'm
a
not even
whole
going to
lot
add a
of
bardic
herbs.
to that. Sorry,
1
I'm
minute
keeping the
plus-
inspiration dice.
Plus, oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm rolling an inspiration dice on a 4.
The issue is with these herbs, they've not been looked after correctly, and the way they've been harvested is almost barbaric. It's damaged the herbs and the effectiveness of them to the point it's a little awkward for you because some of the identification features on many herbs that you know are hard to see because of the damage.
Bargain, have you got anything?
Yeah, sure, all of these should help. Why don't you drink them?
Yeah. Tickle, we're gonna throw these all in the potion. The thing in the other room.
That seemed counterproductive.
Pick up and just go straight towards the thing.
I will leave him to it.
Okay.
I empty them all, like go into the room with the cloth mask and literally just empty each one into the thing and just stir it.
Okay.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I feel like that's bad.
That's your damage that you're taking.
Yeah, that's damage.
I would be dead.
Oh god, I wish I threw you in the acid last week.
Right. You start pouring things in. Some fizzle, some dissolve, some kind of like splash and just sploosh. You get about halfway through dropping them in, and then you start seeing the liquid that was no longer bubbling start to bubble again. You keep going, you keep going. Make a dexterity save, please.
Oh, this is gonna go horribly. Dex save. Hey, Dexy boy.
Yeah, you see it just as the potion just starts bubbling. It's like, that's not good. And you kind of like half duck / dive as you just see the potion.
I just do like a backflip over the table to like protect myself from it.
And
No.
And you see the ceiling is just caked as it just starts and just slopping on the floor. And yeah, essentially you caused a caustic reaction that if you had failed that, you were taking directly to the face. But I will also point out, for the benefit, you've noticed that the liquid, and I say liquid now because it's less of a slop and more of a liquid, is starting to clear up better. More and more.
Tickle! Any changes?
Your detect magic has since dropped because obviously 10 minutes for identification have since passed twice.
Yes. I guess I will have to spend another 10 minutes casting detect magic.
Yeah.
Because I will hand over.
I'm gonna keep try and scoop some of what's on the floor back into the pot.
Well, it's mostly on the ceiling. Like.
No, I meant the old stuff.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
the black, horrible vicar. Do something for 10 minutes.
Does nobody have a shovel? Nope.
No.
I don't believe so. I have a crowbar, but I feel that just does the opposite.
You know, on our walls and stuff, it's only like kind of like vials or like empty vials for like scoopy things. I can see. In like here, you said like the potions and stuff.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely possible, and you have the ability to do that.
Oh, I'm just gonna pick up some stuff and like hand it to him on sec because I'm
Yeah.
casting. Like, I don't have time for
Thank you.
his delayed help of scooping.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'll just take the stuff off him
Yeah.
and just continue to scoop
Okay,
that.
and you start the detect magic process. 10 minutes goes by once more as you are still in the hag's hut. I didn't plan for you to still be here.
Has she come back yet?
That's solving the problem.
I know. But you know when you plan for certain things to go certain ways and everyone just goes, yeet that out the window. Forget this. Let's spend 20 hours in a hag's hut. Yay! Oh, fuck.
This is any base. We've claimed
Oh
all
yeah,
of
no, this is your home
Yeah,
now.
we're gonna
Like,
live here.
Squatter's rights, it's yours. But no, 10 minutes goes by. Detect magic. Again.
Expect anything else from us?
Say that again.
Do you expect us not to do that?
No, yes, I don't know. I don't mind, it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, another 10
So
minutes.
what does he see?
He sees
Any
that
change, Tickle?
the potion, the cursed cauldron, is, for the sake of using a percentage, probably like 70% the way good. It's slowly reverting back into almost water, and you can start to see some of the items inside. And it's slowly turning back. Whatever you guys have managed to bullshit your way through and do is working. And it's going ahead. It's slowly
Yay.
reverting back. However, Terry, you're still progressing with the curse. While the supposed source has been dealt with, it seems that those that are still afflicted are not healed.
Do I know? So you know the aura of the well, it hasn't happened yet, so it doesn't matter. But like, when am I still human by the time it's cast?
Yeah.
Do I notice anything different about the vibe of the potion water stuff?
The actual cauldron itself, the contents are slowly diminishing to a nothingness. Like I said, the issue is you yourself are not fixing at the same rate. Nothing's happening with you. If anything, it's getting worse. And given the progression, you would think that you're about a third of the way there to being full pig. If 0 was human and 100 was full pig, you're about 33.
I thought I was way further than that. This is going great. I thought I was like at a 70, but okay.
No. The visual aspects are the first things to go. It's going to eventually change your physicality, your mind, your speech, your memories. It's got way worse to go.
I'm gonna say I continue to throw whatever's left of what we had of the potions in, like of all the herbs.
So is the potion still magically inclined, or is it just like nothing?
Yes, but it's diminishing. It's going away. Slowly.
So it's not like...
It's not sustained, it's not growing, it's dying. Whatever you guys have thrown in there is dying.
I'm trying to think of the right word for something.
Yeah.
It's not like becoming the reverse of what it was, it's just becoming
Diffusing.
nothing.
Yeah.
Neutralized.
No more people are going to be affected, but those that are already affected aren't reverting back.
At dawn, I can fix you, Tickle, with whatever it's done to me. It either halts it or cures it. We'll do that at dawn for you, and then we'll have to let the folk of the town help keep it for a little bit till they're all cured.
So are there things at the bottom still like dark and like danky? Like the
partially,
skulls and
but
bits?
it's clearing up. You can start to see some of the items, the different bones, the different stones, the different rocks that have runes and markings etched into them, all sat in the bottom of this pot.
Ooh, do I recognise it? Well, it doesn't matter. Wrong character. I was going to say I don't recognise any of the runes, but I probably won't.
Did you go to say something then, Bargain?
Yeah, carry on, Terry. Fine.
Don't be a
Sorry.
bitch.
Sorry, I didn't
I'm
hear you.
not. I'm literally saying, like, carry on with the runes.
Well, he said he was going to do a recognize, but then he said it don't matter.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say. So, do we think we're done with this now?
So, is it diffusing? Like, it's going down in its power,
Yes.
did you say?
Yeah, it's like you've pulled the power pack from it, and what charge was left inside is slowly depleting. Over time, this will just eventually turn to probably just purified water and skulls in a pot.
Yeah, I'd say block her out with all the things. Just, like, barricade the doors, and then we can go.
I have a mildly better idea.
What's that?
Well, does everyone want to leave the house?
I'd like to know what you're doing, but to be honest, I'm just going to listen to you and go. Come on, Kilnar, we're leaving.
Can someone also grab that rug for me over there?
Drink for
Can I
Okay.
roll up that rug and put it outside?
Yeah, you roll
Yeah,
up
yeah,
the
I would do that.
multi-animal hide rug and take it outside. That's affixed to the map, so I'm just going to draw,
Yeah.
like, there. It's now here.
Yay.
Terry,
Oh, I'm back.
are you
Sorry.
saying?
Oh, sorry. I cut out. What's happening?
Well, we're gonna
One minute,
kind of
one
deal
minute,
with this
1 minute,
now.
bargain. 1 minute. I just come and collect the notes, like I suddenly scuttle in, like remembering something, and go, 1 minute. I pick up all her notes and put them in my bag, and then run back out.
Okay, you have the hag's notes. Or scrawlings.
So sorry. What's happening?
Bargain said to leave.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't hear my bit about the potion. That's fine.
What potion? Which one?
Oh, yeah. I said I'm just gonna like chug a chunk of this dodgy potion and see what happens, but everybody didn't hear me, so let's leave.
Which dodgy potion?
Yeah, which one? There's two.
Wait, what? Where's the second one?
Well,
Health potion, but they still look dodgy.
Oh, I meant this. This super sexy.
the cauldron that you've been
the stuff that's
fighting over for the past 2 hours.
You guys gonna like chug a bit. See what happens.
Dan was not prepared for this.
No.
I'm gonna be a pig anyway, so let's see what happens.
Roll con save, please. Jesus Christ. Why?
Oh, it's a 6.
I'm sorry. I am sorry. As you take the potion, it burns. While whatever magic is diminishing, it's still there. And it seems to be extremely toxic to the human body. Or at least humanoid body, I'll be specific. You feel it burn all the way down your gullet to the pit of your stomach, dealing you 16 points of poison damage.
Holy crap!
This, whatever it is nothing to be fucked with. It's a very strong potion that you managed to quite successfully diffuse. Until then, someone decided, oh, fuck it, let's just drink it. I can't believe you've done this.
Why can you not?
Literally.
Why can you not?
I had in my notes in case anyone touched it or like, but I never expected anyone to drink it. But yeah, you take 5d6 poison damage, and
Okay.
you immediately go a shade paler as you just feel your stomach burning from the inside as this poison damage works its way.
Looking a little peaky there.
Yeah. I think we should get Monsec to drink some as well.
Are you going to come over and try and persuade me to do so?
No, I'm just gonna plan to go. What's this green X? By the way, I missed that bit.
The rug.
Yeah.
Dargand wanted the rug, so I've just marked
was
where
there-
it is because I
Was
can't
there anything?
move it.
Was there anything underneath the rugs?
Yeah, the floor.
Okay.
The floor.
I don't know.
A
She might have
portal
like,
to the fire plane.
the witch might have like a fetish for like dungeon space.
It's true.
You know, like. Okay, we can leave now.
So, Bargand, you have the house to yourself.
I lock the door and stay here forever. I am going to hop behind here,
Yep.
kind of wedge my way behind, and I'm going to thunderwave this motherfucking cauldron across the room.
Okay.
'Cause I am done with this motherfucking shit.
I mean,
They have spent too long looking at this motherfucking cauldron. Yeet!
and it can't make a con save, so it's going to take the damage. So can you roll the damage of Thunderwave, as it also gets shunted 15 feet that way. And
Through the wall.
Goes with, maybe?
Hey?
Crushes the desk.
Oh no, this was a big heavy cauldron, and you all hear outside, you just hear a sonic boom, as you then hear the clatter bang, the cling, 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 as the desk is crushed, as it literally does a full flip, hits into the wall. It doesn't go through the wall, but it hits it hard enough that part of that wall collapses. And there is now a very nice bargain-sized hole in the wall made from cauldron. The liquid
And-
just pisses everywhere on the floor and just spreads out and starts soaking into the soil outside.
And then you hear a whistling, jaunty tune from inside. As I go round each of these rooms, pouring oil across the walls and across the floor. Just little strips all around, get a little bit on the bed as well. And then I come to the doorway and say, "We better go," and just throw the torch in.
I was gonna say, Bargain, I was about to do the same thing.
Wow.
Then go off with the same whistle, try and like match your whistling.
So, yeah, you make sure that the fuel is aptly prepared and you set with the torch the beginnings of a fire. I mean, yeah, someone had to do it.
To be honest, if it wasn't Bargain, it was going to be me.
It's just, you know, when you expect it, but then when it actually happens, it's like, oh god, what have you done? So yeah,
Yep.
you see Bargain
walk
just
away,
take the torch
walk
and
home.
just go, we better go now, over the shoulder, and you just see the flames just start to crackle as the inside portion of this living space just start the fire process. And you all, I'm assuming, is it just like that cool guys
They
don't
just
look
walk
explosion?
away.
At this point,
Yeah.
it's like a Horatio. I'm putting on my sunglasses.
Oh, for God's sake. And at that point, as you all leave the hut, with the flames crackling behind you, as pre-discussed at the start of this session, you have all earned your level up to level 4. I had them, and for the sake of people watching, I had them pre-roll hit points off screen, just so it was all ready to tick over during the session, because I'd planned for it to be done mid-session. The rolls were meh, apart from the barbarian who got a 9. There was both bards got 3s. The druid got a 5, I think it was, and then the barbarian got a 9. And it was like, well, I'm done.
He's the beefy boy.
I'm not going to make you roll the skill challenge to get back into the town as you did on the way, because you're following the same path, and considering you was only there following this path like an hour ago, 2 hours ago max, I'm going to allow it to be a free thing to do, as I'm going to move you all to the town of Selyinka where you entered the forest.
Hell yeah.
Are you all on the town view?
Yep.
Yeah.
You all re-enter at this cross here, which is the point in which you entered the forest. You take more time, as it has been, if I can get to my book, because the cat is lying on my notebook, I haven't had access to it for considerable time. It has been 8 hours since the initial progression of your curse. Terry?
Mm-hmm.
As you're starting to get the view of the town ahead of you, your body starts to give way and you are no longer capable of walking on 2 legs. The physical aspect of the transformation is almost complete, and once that's done, it will start progressing in other aspects of your body.
Cool beans.
Seeing him do that, I double check if I can still transform like I've got that elastic, even if it's just that elastic sort of.
You attempt the transformation and there's more give. It's almost there, like you can get your transformation to be fully complete, but the second your mind stops concentrating on the change, it reverts back. Given the progression, give it another 2 hours, maybe you feel that you might have full control of your body once more.
Okay, it looks like this cure works. We just need to hunker down for the night and I'll be able to cure Tickle. Hello?
Hello?
Okay.
I can hear you.
There we go. So, you've all start to enter the town. As I said, Terry, you're struggling to walk on 2 legs anymore, and you're kind of reverted to going on to 4, which does slow you down. I think.
I was going to say, seeing Faller would help him, like, try and assist his walking.
Yeah.
So is it? So am I just slow because I'm on 4? Because I technically have like my tumble, which gives me double movement, so I could technically.
Yeah. So the difficult terrain that you would normally receive for such an issue, you're offsetting with sprinting through the use of your tumble.
Mhm.
It's energy consuming, but yeah, you are able to keep the same pace. So, what's the plan now, guys? Now you've re-entered the town, fresh from your excursion. It is early evening, late afternoon, probably like 5 o'clock.
What are anyone's thoughts? Do we have any ideas of what we could do?
Did we actually get what we need?
Question mark?
What we
More
doing?
fire?
Pardon, Bowie?
Oh, we have a pyromaniac.
I mean, every party needs a pyromaniac. He might as well be the mild-mannered druid.
Yeah, because then it's unexpected when he catches the whole place on fire.
Exactly. Catch them when they're unaware.
So, as it's getting late, I'd say we need to find somewhere to hunker down and sort of keep ourselves safe for the night. And then we'll be able to, with this, show, like, pointing at the jug, fix Tickle, like it's fixing me.
To the mansion. I mean, the stately home that is average.
Alright. Is that where you go?
It's an idea. I have more control of myself. I'm happy to be there.
Yep, so you cut across the fields. Like moi, in my elegantly designed pathing system, that is elegantly pink.
Perfect.
You take the shortest route you can, which is to cut round the back of the farmlands, which overlooks the small hill in which the stately home is built upon. You reach the outer portions.
I'll guess out while we're walking. Can I have a look over the city to see if there's any of the undead, or see if we can see that
Perception
hag
check.
hobbling around?
You don't see looking across the town because you've got to look over the fields into the city. City side looks fine. You don't see any large amounts of movement. Nothing that concerns you. Ahead of you, the gates that were sealed and shut, the ones that you approached and met Trevor, who was the elderly guard on duty that looks after the staff at the manor. You notice a large portion of the gate and fence has collapsed, almost as if something heavy has bent the metal over.
I stop the entire group when I see that. I'm guessing we're further back.
I will
Than
say
where
that
we
you're
are now.
about a
Okay.
couple 100 feet back when you spot this.
I point out to everybody and go, I don't think the mansion's safe.
Just question mark. My passive is 17, so would I notice any more? Just kind of as I'm ambling.
Not from the exterior of the building. You can see the collapsed fence and you can see the many corpses of the undead that were littered in and around the courtyards that you saw there that don't draw immediate attention. You don't see anything. You see lights are present inside the manor. You can see through some of the windows that torch lights are lit as the sun sets, and like it's backlighting the house, so you can kind of the lights from inside glow slightly more, so kind of contrasts.
So are we going towards the mansion still, or are we finding somewhere else safe?
Just to
sleep?
point out, I'm going to say you're about there where you spot it. Just at the edge of the farmland. The other options is to take cover in a barn or something overnight, or a farmhouse.
Well, I mean, if it's against the zombos, wasn't the church safe?
That sounds like a good idea.
Church overnight.
Okay. So,
Argon, what do you think?
But sorry, mate.
Yes, what do you think we should do? Should we continue into the manor or head towards the safer chapel?
Well, I'm happy to do the manor, but
How about this?
if
We'll
y'all are
stop at the chapel.
scared-
How about this? We'll go to the chapel tonight, get ourselves well rested, and then we'll come back to the manor to see if everything is all right. Is that
I don't
better?
care if everything's all right.
But also,
You just
what
want to
if
burn the
they-
place to the
Other
ground?
stuff. I just want to take all the other stuff down there.
Yeah, we'll do that in the morning then. To the chapel.
are you cutting across the field or doubling back on yourselves?
What can we see across the field? Like, is it like flat?
It's early spring, so a lot of the shoots of the greenery are starting to come up. It's not very tall. It's like maybe like 1.5 foot tall, a lot of the crops.
So
Could
can
If
we
you
take
wanted,
that way?
you could
'Cause you said we
literally
were
run
quite close.
straight across the field.
So can we see the fields are unoccupied?
As far as you've been able to spot, yeah.
Could we take by the blue line?
Yeah, you could
I've
easily
just
run
drawn
around.
that.
I'm
So
just
that-
thinking the quickest route would be directly across the field. I was just asking the question. Feel free to plan your route how you wish.
I'd say it'd be safer to go round the field. We can see a lot more.
Yeah.
If the zombies are in there, we won't be able to be seeing any of it.
Okie doke. So the plan is to go around. Are you going stealthily, or are
Anyone wanna-
you running?
How dark is it getting?
It's the sun is just going behind the horizon, so it's starting to get dark. Kind of like how it is right now. You know, if you look out your window right now,
Yes.
it's like where it's the natural light's just starting to diminish and it's all starting to go dull.
I'll go with what everyone else does, just to try and stay with the group.
The rest of the group, are you stealthing or are you running?
I mean, I'm
just having an amble.
I mean, I've got
I'm
a,
a big giant dude. I'm not that stealthy.
I'm gonna say I've got a like gambol, so I can't really be that stealthy to keep up.
Yeah.
So, just having a gentle jaunt, and it looks.
So continuing just a standard pace. As you go across, Bargand, you do hear thunderous smashes and booms coming from the mansion, as obviously something big is fighting its way in, out, around. But you are all aware that tackle this when you're well rested and when at least all of your party members are able to fight. You make your way to the chapel. You get inside. You see bodies of the undead strewn outside. You enter the chapel of the pristine stone floors, the wooden pews, all untouched. You see...
I'm going to say... Continue, sorry.
I was just going to say, you see ahead of you the stone altar with the holy water in that. I think it was Terry had an inspect of before on the way through.
And drenched himself in?
Yes.
Prayer of Jesus.
The roof is tall, the building is wide, there are stained glass decorative windows depicting the gods themselves. What?
Is there a tall spire sort of thing? Like, is there a way up to a higher place?
There is a bell tower that's attached, and at the back of the room on the right as you've entered, there is a narrow spiral staircase that will lead you up to said bell tower that overlooks the city. I keep saying city, but it's not. It's a village, pretty much. It overlooks the village. It's cramped, but you could all fit up there.
Is there like a little altar thing in there that maybe has some holy water in it?
I literally just described it 2 minutes ago.
Yep. I'm going. Sorry, I didn't hear.
God damn it, Ben.
I'm
right at the front.
Steals. Not
Okay.
steals. Liberate, said holy water.
You go to
gonna
the
say-
altar and you liberate the holy water. What do you have in which to carry said holy water?
I am going to tip out my. I have.
What about what about the containers that had the oil in it? Would that be a free container for you?
Potentially? It should be.
How many flasks of oil
Trying to
did
see
you
what it
use?
comes from that. Oh, how many have I got? 2.
Did you use both of them?
I would have had to with a building that size, yeah.
You was able to... There is still some holy water left, but you are able to fill both flasks. So you have 2 flasks of holy water.
Can I have a look around to see if there's any holy books to see what god was being praised here?
Perception check, please, my kidda.
What's depicted in the stained glass windows?
Yeah,
Like
12.
specifically.
To click it 12.
In the stained glass windows, you see horizons of hills, and it depicts like a very scenic countryside theme where you see nature and crops and plants, and you see a large, caring, motherly figure that's got her arms spread out, almost like embracing the landscaping for an embrace. And you can see behind her like a soft glow as if sunlight's going around her and overlooking the land ahead. And it like the one side, it's like 5 large stained glass panels that make one large image that depicts this. That it's huge. The other side depicts symbols towards a god, which shows a bundled piece of grain with a sheaf going across. As for looking for holy books, you don't find any scripture. It seems that whoever was the religious asset of this building must have taken them with him, or at least hidden them.
Okay, I was going to say, is there any? I was going to say, is there any prayer books or anything that just mention the god's name?
Roll a religion check, as given the imagery around you, you may be able to understand who it is.
Yeah, I'm more religious.
You are not a massive religious person, or at least not overtly, but you have been made aware of many different gods through hearing people's stories and then transforming them into your own bardic tales, as well as the tales of other bards. You assume that this to be the goddess Chaunty, she who looks over agriculture and crops, specifically.
Okay, cool.
That is what you find in your mind.
Yes. I've got to say, I'll ask Kilnar to help me shut the doors and sort of try and barricade them.
Yeah, they're large wooden doors with metal inlays, and there's a large wooden arm that can be dropped across the two to barrier them. But if you want to add more fortifications, you can. There's many.
Yeah, just move the pews into the way of a door, in the way of doors. Because I'm guessing this isn't just the only entrance in.
It's the main entrance in. You haven't seen a secondary entrance, not yet.
Yeah, we're gonna say we'll block this one up the best we can.
Okie doke. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. Church pews, push. Up against the door.
Try not to be disrespectful or break them. Try and
do it carefully.
Yeah, trying to wedge them, but being careful to respect the place.
Yeah, you carefully taint the grounds by dicking about with the furniture and stealing the holy water. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, whatever the goddess is doing to kill them. I'm gonna say, whatever the goddess is doing to kill these things at the doorstep, I don't really want to pee on.
Now, who said she was killing them? How do you know they're not hers? But you secure the area, at least as well as you think you can. Night is slowly creeping in, and darkness finally does take. You are in this large chapel together. Silence.
I've got to say, would I be able to check for other doors and barricade them as I find them?
Investigation check. As you go about looking for alternate entrances.
Damn it, I'm getting tired.
There is a door at the rear of the building, but given the darkness around you and the natural fatigue of fighting the hag earlier the day and the mental fatigue of dealing with the curse and finally having it lifted, you're not as perceptive as you normally are, but you do find one other entrance which you do get sealed, which seems to be essentially the back door entrance for the pastor to come in from wherever he lives, ready to welcome his flock as they attend through the main doors.
Yep.
Night comes, everyone grows weary, and as you are all securing the room and preparing a rest, is there anything you would like to finalise?
I was gonna say I was gonna go up into the bell tower and then barricade sort of the stairs to make it difficult to come up.
So, are you all doing that? Are you all going into...
Once everyone's up there, I wasn't gonna just go up
No, that's what
myself
I'm
and then
asking. Are you
start
all going up the
barricading
bell
the
tower
wrong
and then
way.
barricading that? Okay. Are you all doing that?
Sure. Why not?
You
I'll
can
go
sleep
around.
downstairs if you like. I'm not forcing you to.
Night comes. Are you doing watches or are we just sleeping?
I'm just like gonna get my new rug out and just kind of flap it out and then just sausage roll in it.
Okay.
And I am out.
Nice.
I'm gonna say to them, I'll stay up a couple of hours and look over the city just for a couple of hours more, and then I'll be
And
resting.
if at dawn you administer the same liquid you ingested,
I'm gonna say I do
given
the
how
same.
quick you recovered, if you sleep in, it is possible that Terry may be back to full power.
I'm gonna say don't have to wait till dawn.
Yes,
Dusk.
that's what I'm saying. If you wait till dawn and then use it straight away, it is possible that by noon or early afternoon, Terry could be back to normal. Given the fact that he's a lot further along, it's going to take longer to revert naturally, which is why it's probably going to take about 6 to 7 hours to fix. Whereas with you, it was more like 4.
Okay. I'm gonna say before we like I stay up the extra 2 hours. I want to have a look over the city to see what movement there is during the night,
Perception
and then do
check,
my
please.
thingy to, and then do my thing to enter Bargain Street.
Okay.
What thing? How are you entering my dreams?
You keep an eye over the
Ways.
city, and given the darkness, it's hard to make out anything. There is no significant movements. The moonlight does provide some use, but not as much as you would have hoped. You
Can I
keep
see
an
the
eye.
fire of the hag's house from the distance?
You can see a bright light from that distance, as something is ablaze, possibly more. You may have just set a forest fire off. And with that in mind, you enter Bargain's dreams for the second time.
How? Why?
Magic.
What magics? Why are you going into my head?
You
I
see
saved my second level
Bargain.
spell slot for this.
Yeah, you see Bargain sat in a meditative position, just thinking to himself and contemplating the day's actions. And behind him, you can also sort of see his thoughts being projected as he's thinking of the day's actions and what's gone on and what he's done and what he needed to do, what could have been done. You see various scenarios being played over and over.
What about those voices?
They are not present yet, or right now.
Cool. I'll just like stay in that state till morning, like just watching, listening for the thoughts to make sure he's okay.
This night they remain silent and no more is to be had. You all awake early in the morning. I'm assuming you did administer the medicine for Terry.
Yeah, as soon as we wake up and it's dawn and it's like recharged, I feed it Terry.
The same
As
process
forcefully
is
as forcefully as he did the mushroom.
Yeah. The same process is had, and
How
it's going
long?
to take some time. You feel, Terry, that it's reverting, and over time it gets better. But that, my friends, is the end of today. We will leave it there as the sun glistens. You contemplate what you could and couldn't have done, going to that manor on the night, and consider what you're going to do now. Terry, you are soon to be fully fit and fighting again. You are all stronger. You are all one level stronger. Congrats.
Power.
No, I enjoyed that, man. What did you guys think?
I loved it. That was fun.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Well, the plan is I'm gonna set this to upload to YouTube straight away, but I always set it for about 3 o'clock next week, so it plays right before we do go live again. Because like last week's session went live this afternoon, in time for this one, so I'll be doing the same, and that's what I'll keep doing each week. So,
Yeah.
I'm glad you all enjoyed it.
Mhm.
And I shall see you next time for episode 6.
Yeah.
Toodle pips.